Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in this law that he hideth sunrise and sundown. Him a go dear like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth fruit in the season. Him leaf never a go wither, and whatsoever him do shall prosper. Yea, the heathen them now there, so them dear like a chaff, which the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them, they have a go turn upon judgment, not the sin among them, in the congregation of the righteous, for the Lord God Jah loveth the way of the righteous, and the way of the sin among them always and always. I go perish. Jah, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it, and them is safe. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. Well, my name is Blakk RASTA, and this is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot, and every time this black pot rests on the fire, there is something appetizing cooking. Today, we are going to serve you with a sumptuous dish. Hey, and we make sure that you are totally satisfied. You never walk into an African home and walk out unsatisfied when it comes to food and good vibes. This is the right place to be. The Black Pot. And of course, we are live on Pan-African TV, also live on Loud Silence TV, live on our own Blakk Empire TV. We are also live on our own YouTube page, and that is the Black Empire Media. My brother, my sister, this is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo. We normally don't like to criticize, but if we must criticize, we would only criticize to build and not to destroy. Hear me now. Now, I want to begin with something very important, and it's something that I've decided to title Road Toll Nonsense. Beginning last year, the government in power talked about how road tolls were going to be cancelled and how Ghanaians will drive on the road right now without paying tolls at the toll booths. My brother, my sister, it came to pass. We woke up one day and it became a reality. All Ghanaians driving on the road, and even non-Ghanaians, as long as you are caught in our jurisdiction, you will not have to pay road tolls. Now, even the toll workers were not told that they were not supposed to go to work that day, so they went to work and nobody was ready to pay any road tolls. Now, they replaced the road tolls with the E-Levy, the demonic E-Levy. My brother, my sister, today as we stand, the E-Levy is a reality. Ghanaians are paying for voting this government into power. Now, people have no problem of paying tax as long as they are sure that the taxes are going to be used for the right cause. But people tend to rebel where they realize that the taxes that they are paying are being misused. But here it is, my brother, my sister, the unplanned E-Levy has come into being. They were not even ready to unleash it, but because of greed, they jumped onto it to make money for whatever they want to do, only God knows. But the thing is, it left a lot of people unemployed, and today is in the news. Now, when they came into power, they forced the E-Levy on us and told us, oh, you are not paying any road tolls anymore. E-Levy is going to replace the road tolls. Now, the unemployment this created, today the unemployed guys are still crying. Remember at that time, the ministers came out and said, all the people who had been laid off will be reassigned. Watch it. Unemployed toll collectors will be reassigned soon. Road Ministry says that. My brother, my sister, and this is today. Today, Now, months ago when they canceled the road tolls and the people became unemployed, what happened to them? Are they being paid salary whilst they are waiting for the reassignment? No. They are sitting back at home and there's nothing. And today in the news, I was shocked to hear that the road minister said what? That they did not have any individual contracts with the toll workers. And for that matter, they cannot hold them to anything. They must keep sitting at home. They will be reassigned soon. And when you say soon, you know that you are not slapping any time value on that, right? Soon to me could just be 1 minute. Soon to another person is a whole decade. My brother, my sister, soon is not talking concrete when you say soon. Hey, now the toll workers are crying. They are saying that bring back the toll system so that we'll be able to make money. They are becoming selfish, right? We understand. They are unemployed. They need to eat. Their families need to eat. So they want the toll system to return. A lot of Ghanaians don't want it, but they will certainly prefer that to the demonic E-Levy. Watch this. 2022 budget, abolishing road tolls will worsen unemployment problem. And that's NDC. And it did. The road tolls went away. And then, all of a sudden, a lot of people became unemployed. In fact, a lot of disabled people became so unemployed and miserable. Now, our physically challenged folk were, in fact, trained so they could fit into the toll work thing. And now, they've been thrown off. A lot of them have returned to the streets to beg. Now, beggars have increased on our street. At a time when this road toll system was running, at least we have some employment for the physically challenged. But now that they are out, your guess is as good as mine. And watch what the minister said. He said they don't have individual contracts with any one of these guys. So they should wait for as long as when your guess is as good as mine. But I'm truly sad, my brother, my sister. And when I look at it, it brings tears into my eyes. They brought us a demonic levy and then made people unemployed, kick people out, left, right, and center, especially the physically challenged. Now they are back on our streets. We are also crying because E-Levy is strangulating us. Now the physically challenged people are also crying because they are out of work. My brother, my sister, what is the government saying? What can be done? Now, government is saying nothing more than just, we will soon reassign you. My brother, my sister, put this aside and let's look at the next thing. Now, every day we have issues coming up. And we just started talking about the E-Levy. People are crying. Some people have stopped using anything that will bring them E-Levy. Electronic levy. Hey, hear me now. Now, when we talk about the E-Levy, what are we talking about? Simply put, any transaction that is financial that goes through the wires, you would have to be taxed for that. And that is 1.75%. My brother, my sister. Now they even wanted more. They brought it down to 1.something, and now it is what it is. Ghanaians are crying. Hey, as I said earlier, Ghanaians will have no problem paying taxes as long as their taxes are going to be put into the right use. In America, people pay taxes. In England, people pay taxes. Germany, Holland, they all pay taxes. But they responsibly pay taxes because they know their taxes will be used to better their lives, not in our country. Our taxes go a long way to inflame and inflame the ego of our leaders. They can now drive bigger cars, fly around so senselessly, and then tell us all the rot that they have accommodated in their pot bellies. Like, if you can't find bread, eat cassava, like it's been told to our people in Uganda. If you cannot afford beer, drink water. It was told to us right here. My brother, my sister, whilst people are crying, running around helter-skelter to find food, some have enough money to buy Chelsea. money in hard currency. Some are dying, but this is when some are also blossoming only because of nepotism, pluralism, and nyafu didiism. E-Levy is here. This one I've decided to title E-Levy, Recipe for More Debt. Remember when E-Levy was beginning? The road minister came out to tell us something. You remember the road minister? He likes to talk. He talks a lot. The road minister talked. And what did he say? He said, oh, E-Levy is very important because we are going to use it as a collateral for more loans. Watch it. E-Levy, that was what the minister said. We would use it for more loans. Why did the minister of roads talk about the E-Levy? Because the E-Levy affected his ministry directly or indirectly. Remember the toll system. Now the whole toll booth thing is under his ministry. And if they are replacing that with E-Levy, then he must as well talk about the E-Levy. And he was the first to talk about the E-Levy being used as a collateral. Hey, then the deputy finance minister came out. Giddy, 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 giddy. And what did the deputy say? My brother, my sister, what did he say? He said E-Levy will not be used as collateral for loans. And Ghanaians simmered down and said, oh, thank God. Because this is a government that has borrowed more than Napoleon Bonaparte. This is the government that has borrowed more than Satan. So to tell us that you are using E-Levy as a collateral, it's like slapping us in the face. So, Deputy Finance Minister, oh my God, John Kuma, had spoken the minds of Ghanaians, or better still, had said what Ghanaians wanted to hear. So we all started smiling sheepishly. But the finance minister, deputy finance minister, and the roads minister conflicted, right? Roads minister said, oh, we are going to use it for collateral. Finance minister says, no. And there it is. My Joy Online says, roads minister and deputy finance minister give contrary indications of government's plans for E-Levy. Now, a liar is always contradicting himself. This is a government of lies, a government of no shame. My brother, my sister, hey, hear me. Now, after these two ministers said this, only yesterday, the finance minister himself, who just returned the other day from the hospitals of England and America because he had coronavirus that could only be cured outside this country. Later, he told us he had some kidney issues that gave him a puffy face. We pray that he gets well. You know, we always pray for people to get better. Hey, even if they were our enemies, we will never pray for death for them. It is not for us to pronounce death on our enemies, let alone they are not even our enemies. Because remember, the Bible says what? That yes, in the presence of your enemies, he shall anoint your head with oil and he shall lay a beautiful table before you. So if those enemies are not there, before who are you going to rejoice? Before who are you going to be anointed? Before who are you going to have a splendid table? Jesus have mercy. Hey, finance minister spoke and we all froze. Watch it. He says what? I can't give an assurance E-Levy won't be collateralized. That's simple. That's simple. Now, finance minister, my brother, my sister, can fly out of the country night and day to cure his sickness. You and I cannot. Remember that a lot of these people would have died had it not been because they are in power and enjoying the taxpayers' money. True or false? When me and you fall sick, this is where we die. We are buried here and people forget of us. But when they are sick, they fly out, treat themselves to the best doctors, and return home. My brother, my sister, now by some dint of a spiritual misunderstanding or understanding, it depends on how you want to read it. Poor people hardly fall sick. True or false? Rich people are those who have the diseases that cannot even be pronounced. Lumbar sclerosis, tyrotic pandylosis. Names that the devil likes. But poor people have malaria, catarrh, and those simple sicknesses. Hi, they say when God cuts the tail of the animal, it will show it how to still whack something to rid it of the flies. Abua oni dua no. Nyame kyerɛ no sɛnea ɔde ne dua bɛprapra no ho. I know I didn't quote it properly, but that's what it is. So God is taking care of the poor man, knowing very well that the rich man is a traitor. Hey, let's get to national issues and forget the preaching. Hallelujah. Hear me now. Now, E-Levy has been passed. Ghanaians are already paying E-Levy. Established that it replaced the road tolls because it's an easier way for the government to make money while sleeping. And now E-Levy has caused a lot of unemployment. Hear me. Mr. President said something. Put out what Mr. President said. Mr. President said E-Levy was going to fight against what? Unemployment and debt. See, payment of taxes are a necessary sacrifice to address our challenges. That's what Mr. President said. And look at the date. Look at the date. 13th May 2022. That's what Mr. President said. Hey, that payment of taxes a necessary sacrifice to address our challenges. We understand that, Mr. President. You know, we know. But when we pay taxes and the taxes are used by you to fly around and arrogantly refuse to tell us how much of our taxes you are blowing away, you infuriate us. You make us so angry. Mr. President, can you shed off your arrogance and come to the table with us like how you used to do when you were sitting in the trotro with us and drinking calipo? This is not the time to lecture us on tax paying. We've been paying tax. We love to pay tax as long as our taxes will benefit us, but not to inflame your passion and make you fly around so hopelessly to beg. Hear me now. Now, Mr. President said two things. That taxes are important because taxes would fight unemployment and at the same time debt. Hallelujah. I am interested in the two. E-Levy has come. We are paying, but more people are unemployed. Now we had somebody come out and tell us that, oh, Ghanaian youth are unemployable because they have no employment skills. Where is the failure? The system has failed. How come other countries like Togo and Cote d'Ivoire, as mentioned in that report, all have employable skills for their youth and we don't have? It means we have lost control of our youth. It means we are not training our youth to have employable skills. We are killing our youth with betting and get rich quick. That's the only thing we are telling the world. So Mr. President would have failed by saying your taxes would help us fight unemployment. How about the debt? Hey, if E-Levy is going to help us fight debt, E-Levy itself is going to be used for debt. Did you get that? Should I say it again? Mr. President said E-Levy will help us pay our debts. In other words, fight our debts. But at the same time, E-Levy is going to be used to bring in more debt. They are collateralizing it. They are using it as a collateral to bring in more loans, even though the Minister of Finance says collateralization in this sense is very, very bad. But he cannot tell us whether we will do it or not. You see? Hypocrisy in power. Now they know that the thing is bad, but they will do it because they have no ideas. My brother, my sister, as it stands right now, we are on the verge of collapse. We are sitting on tenterhooks. We are sitting right now on fire. And that fire is crazy fire. What are we talking about, brethren? Watch me, no man. Sure. E-Levy is here. Unemployment has increased. The debt is going to be increased. Now, what is supposed to be used to fight the debt is the debt itself. Hallelujah. In a which way, my name is Blakk RASTA, and of course, this is the Blakk Pot. When I return, we're going to be saying something very, very hot. But remember, debt. What is it about debt? Is it good for a country to be in debt? How does it feel to be in debt? This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kuku Show No More. More fire. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. My name, Blakk Rasta. Hey, my brother, my sister, you saw that quote. Every time you borrow, you rob your future. Think about it. This country has been robbing its future over and over. Hey! They are bringing more and more debt and saddling the nation and the next generation with debt. It's sad that our unborn children are already in debt. Anyway, we'll get deeper into this later. But for now, hey, yesterday we talked about the Marwako incident, right? Now, Marwako is an outfit that serves food. It's like a restaurant, and it has a number of branches across Ghana, right? In Accra alone, several branches. And a lot of people like to go there and eat. Now, in the past, they were involved in some nasty things like, which ended in the courts. You understand? Now, we had this guy, a Lebanese boss or instructor or attendant, whatever you want to call him, supervisor, who dipped the head of a Ghanaian girl into ground pepper, hot ground pepper. And it ended up in court. That's it. Marwako assault. I am satisfied with Jihad's imprisonment. That guy went to jail for 9 months. And the lady here was so happy that it happened. This was a lady whose face was pushed into the pepper. Hey, now Marwako in the past has served Ghanaians with a lot of food and so on and so forth. But hear me now. Marwako, a couple of days ago, had a lot of his customers crying. You know why they were crying? It was all because they had served poisoned food to them. A number of people were hospitalized. And the East Legon branch was closed down. Remember on this show I came out and said, why should they close only one branch? They should be thinking about closing the other branch too. All the branches of Marwako, they are the same mother company. They belong to the same source. So if one source or one tributary is sick, close the main source so that you investigate and deal with this. They listen to us. You know, the government listens to this show a lot. So they closed other branches in Accra. My brother, my sister, look at it. 2 other branches of Marwako closed down. You see, when we speak with authority and we speak from our hearts. When we speak, we look at Ghana first, Africa. We don't speak politics. We talk Pan-Africanism and we talk patriotism. Marwako gave people poisoned food. A lot of them were hospitalized. A number of them. A serious country would close all the branches of Marwako and start immediate investigation. But they closed only one place. And when we talked about it, they jumped on it and closed some other 2. But some other branches are still operating. This is not a serious country. Now, why did they close the 2 other branches? You know the excuse the FDA gave us? And that's the Food and Drugs Authority. They said, oh, hygienic conditions. They were so unhygienic. Very bad. Hey, I go to eat food and I eat food in a very unhygienic condition. And that is what Marwako is being accused of. You serve your food in a very unhygienic place. The hygiene there is very, very bad. In debt and so on and so forth. That is the major cause of food poisoning. If hygiene is thrown to the dogs, certainly people are going to be poisoned. Hear me, my brother, my sister. But the big question is, if FDA is closing food joints that are operating around bad hygienic places, how about this one here? He says, in God we trust. And he's serving food next to the gutter. 7 billion flies are going to be jumping on the food before you eat that. And in those gutters, all kinds of filth can be found in there, from organic to inorganic, liquid and solid. In fact, Ghanaian gutters are the worst gutters in the world, maybe only passed by Nigerian gutters. Hey, anything you want in Ghanaian gutters you would find. Hey, I remember when we were going to school, my mother would tell me, hey, even if you find money in the gutter, don't take it. Hey, the gutters are so miserably terrible that, my brother, my sister, they have become acidic over the years. Hey, we have seen situations and conditions that you will finally look at and wonder how we are still alive all these years after eating from these places. Hygiene is so terrible. So Food and Drugs Authority, yes, you've closed down Marwako for operating under conditions that are not entirely hygienic. Can we extend an arm of confidence or an arm that is ready to clean up the system and ban all these guys who are selling food around dirty gutters, around bola, rubbish dams and all that? Can we do that? Or is it too much for us to ask? A sick country is a useless country. Can you go around in America and be buying food by the gutters? Can you go around in England and be buying Kobe around the gutters? Right now, people are selling food on the road. What kind of food can't you buy in traffic? In fact, remember when they built that overhead there? My brother, my sister, somebody was pounding fufu in the first week of the completion of the building under the overhead. We all remember, don't we? We all remember Pokwasi overhead there. Pounding fufu, tim, under the brand new overhead to sell to who? Motorists. On the streets, people are selling dogs, dog chains. They are selling all kinds of food. From Agbelikakro all the way to Momone. Some people are even selling fufu on the streets. Is this hygienic? And sometimes I wonder why people in their right minds will be buying these things in traffic. People are buying water in traffic. Do you know how many hands have held the water? Only God is protecting us. Sometimes I sit back and I wonder why we all are not sick after all. Somebody buys eggs in traffic. Eggs that have been displayed, they cut it and put some paste inside and give to you to introduce into your system. You don't know who cooked it. You don't know how it was cooked. You don't know from which area it came. Then you are there eating it and enjoying yourself. No wonder in trotros and public buses, in fact, when the nose mask thing came, the face mask, it helped. Because a lot of people will fart night and day. And when they fart, sometimes you think that it's some poisonous gas that has been sprayed from a certain factory. Let's be serious, brethren. Hey, Food and Drugs Authority. Yes, you've closed down Marwako because there was so much noise, but do the needful. The needful is stop all those people selling around gutters. Build a healthy nation. Build a healthy nation. Stop the foolishness. Clear all those people off the streets who are selling things. It's food they are selling. How can you buy food on the streets? Wind is blowing all over the place and you are selling. Oh, are we cursed as a people? Can you buy fufu on the streets in traffic in America? Can you buy agbelikakro on the streets in traffic in Japan? Why are we the only people who eat every time? We don't have the decency to plan it. That at this point I should go and eat. It will take me this time to reach where the eatery is. No. We want to eat like fowls. Every second, hey, mama ni ura bra. Every second, hey, Kobe ura bra. Hey, every agwekakro ura bra. Hey, Ade. Cocoa, we want to buy it in traffic and drink. Why won't you be sick? Why won't you be sick? To God be the glory. My name is Blakk RASTA, and the program is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. When I return, fire, fire, yabu, 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 fire!
We do the services that we render here. We also train people. So if you want to be a master in nails, if you want to be a professional nail technician, this is the right place for you to be. We will train you and make sure you are a professional, not just any nail tech. At Chick Luxury Beauty Home, we train you to be your own boss. We have international trainers who train you to fit in anywhere in the world. We have our one-man training, and we also have 2 weeks. It's between 2 weeks to 1 month, depending on the individual. Whatever you want, we give it to you. At Chick Luxury Beauty Home, we give you quality yet affordable. So come and get trained and be your own boss.
This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Remember, we are live on Pan-African TV, loud on Loud Silent TV, live on Ghana Web TV, and live on Black Empire TV. Now you can also follow us on YouTube, and our YouTube page is Black Empire Media, and our Black is spelled B-L-A-K-K. Yes, B-L-A-K-K. And yeah, subscribe to our page and click on the notification button so that every day, Monday to Friday, between 4 and 5, you will hear us live. And remember, we don't talk politics, we talk patriotism. The next thing I want to look at, my brother, my sister, is something that I've decided to title, Lord God have mercy. Sadly, AGYAPA is back. AGYAPA simply means a good father. As to what they mean by AGYAPA in this time, I don't know. Now, AGYAPA was just about selling our mineral resources as a collateral to get loans. My brother, my sister, all the mineral reserves we have, they said for the next 25 years, we as Ghanaians would not have a hand in all the mineral resources. I'm talking about the gold, the diamond, the bauxite, and so on and so forth. All our mining homes will be given out to some people who would afford to give us some amount of money. We will not go too much into it. A government that has a penchant for thievery. A government that has a penchant, my brother, my sister, of arrogance. Ghanaians did not believe this government and refused to let AGYAPA work. Now, hear me now. When Ghanaians refused to gravitate towards AGYAPA, they pulled it out from the parliament. But Ghanaians had seen it. It was all over in the media. That Ghanaians refused the AGYAPA simply because they do not trust the government. It was in the headlines, wasn't it? It was in the headlines. Ghanaians do not trust the government. That's why AGYAPA failed. Mantiao is a guy who thinks. I like him. He has brains. That's him. AGYAPA deal failed because Ghanaians did not trust the government. This a year ago. My brother, my sister, now they have brought it back. Only yesterday, we got to hear that AGYAPA is coming back and they are going to be debating it in the parliament because the government is crazy for money. Watch it. MIIF to list 49% of AGYAPA royalties on London and Ghana bourses. My God have mercy. So that's AGYAPA here. The government is doing everything possible to rape Ghana dry. My brother, I don't have a problem with government using its resources to develop. But where the government is only interested in squeezing the people and not making the people develop, we have a problem. What kind of development has this government given us? In the days of Nkrumah, there was no oil. Nkrumah was able to build this country like no other leader. Where did he make the money from? It had nothing to do with population. Nkrumah built roads. It would have been the same roads that he would have built even if we were 20 billion people. After all, the country's space remains the same. You can't increase your country's space. Neither can you decrease it. My brother, my sister, as they are speaking right now, they are thinking about bringing AGYAPA back. And when AGYAPA comes back, just like the saying that you saw, the quote, the more you borrow, the more you sell your future out. Who is buying our future? Just a couple of days ago, we talked about cocoa. Right now, the European Union is in talks to see how Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire cocoa can have a higher pay. Why should Europeans decide for us the price of our commodities? Do we have the right to go to Europe and decide how much we want to buy their products? They make their products, throw them at us. If we want to buy, fine. If we don't want to buy, they would create the condition to force us to buy. But we don't have that. Why? I'm asking you, I said, why? Are our leaders so weak, so unpatriotic, that we cannot put simple marketing gimmicks and laws into action? I produce my cocoa. The EU doesn't produce cocoa. Now the EU decides for me how much it will buy my cocoa. If you are still not enslaved, then tell me what you are in. This is second-degree slavery. In the days of slavery, the slave had no right. Anything that the slave invented belonged to the master because the slave had no right to even invent anything. Where would you get the brains? Slaves were seen as brainless people, and therefore they deserve not any patents. You understand that? My brother, my sister, in the days of slavery, the slave was only a chattel, a movable property of the slave master. We are back in those days. They decide for us the cost of our labor. They decide for us what is good for us. Europe doesn't produce cocoa. So if the best cocoa is coming from Ghana and also La Côte d'Ivoire, why are we not able to stand firm and get a good price? Recently, they said Ghana and La Côte d'Ivoire came together and said, oh, we will not sell our cocoa until you give us a certain price. How come that fell like a house of cards? And now the EU is deciding for us how much it would pay us for our cocoa. You know why? The answer is not far-fetched. They have gone for loans. Saddling loans. Suffocating loans. And the loans have now strangulated them so much so that they will live with this albatross around their necks all the while. You know why? Now, when they go there to negotiate, they are told, you owe us this. You owe us that. You took this loan. You took that loan. So they sell off what they have not even produced yet to the white man. Before the white man comes for it, it is almost valueless. My brother, is there one African country that is not in debt? I know somebody by now is saying, even America is in debt. So what? Look at how we have been blessed with natural resources. Yet it looks like it's a curse. So the other day I sat there and I was thinking, so if Ghana had no natural resource at all, would it have been better? Because you have oil, yet it is so expensive to buy fuel. Is it not a curse? You produce the best cocoa in the world, yet you have no factory that produces cocoa. You go out to Switzerland to produce cocoa and bring back. Every time your factory is broken down. Your own country, you don't cut your own money. The white man that you are competing with economically is the one who cuts your currency. What kind of a people are you? So if we had no resources at all, would it have been better or would we have been worse off? It's always borrowing upon borrowing. I'm waiting for one president, one leader who would come out and say, I shall not take a penny from the World Bank, neither would I take that from the IMF. We are going to clean up and rather pay debts like Sankara did. But no, they are looking for E-Levy as a collateral. For what? Collateral for what? Collateral for what? Loans to sell off their future. My brother, my sister, it is so saddening and it breaks my heart every time I think about this. AGYAPA is another E-Levy. They are selling off the future. 25 solid years, they said. Oh, just give us some money, some bond, whatever. Big economics English. Yet no brains. They don't think about the next generation. They saddle us in debts day in and day out, night and day. And I look at it. Sometimes when my children are sleeping at home, so peacefully, I look at them and I say, oh, may what happened to us and still happen to us not happen to you. May your days bring better leaders. May your days have mercy on you. May your days open so many doors for the talented. May your days never be as terrible as our days. But every day, I see it getting worse and worse and worse. Today, when I even go into the bedroom and my libido rises, I look at the mistakes of making children to come and inherit this terrible space. And my libido goes down again to zero. Why should I bring forth children to inherit a Jabone, E-Levy, and the rest of that? My brother, my sister, it brings tears into my eyes sometimes. I cry. I pray that we have better leaders with brains, not leaders who are arrogant, egotistical. Those leaders, we don't need them. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushunomo, where we speak truth to power. And remember, we are sponsored by the kind courtesy of Chick Luxury Beauty Home. And when we talk about Chick Luxury Beauty Home, we are talking about the place where no woman is ugly. Once you enter there, you come out nice and beautiful. Hey, there's no ugly woman, no. It is only because you don't know how to make your beauty glow. At Chick, we have studied it and we do it good. Hear me now. Natural twist and locks, that is your house. Hey, if you want some waxing, some lashes, oh, some perm cuts, you want some beautiful wigs on your head, or you want some braids, hey, they have a special pergola. The pergola is that beautiful summer hat kind of thing with flowers flowing up and down where you sit and enjoy fresh air whilst people work on your hair. Yes, Chick Luxury Beauty Home has that. And hear me now. They also have their personal care Chick products manufactured by Chick. So when you go to Chick, you come out slick and chic. Hear me now. They also train you to do some things. All the things that I mentioned, you can train. And when you become a professional, in just a few weeks, they give you a certificate. If you want to work with Chick, they employ you. Or if you want to work elsewhere in the world, they facilitate it for you because they have the global connection. Maybe you want to go for an interview. Maybe there's a guy in your area you want to grab. Hey, Chick is the answer. Go and get your beauty glowing. So when you talk and sneeze, they catch cold. Hey, they also do massages. Different kinds of massages. Which one do you want? French massage? Hot stone massage? Hey, if you are a man, we have a bevy of beauties. You select the one you want to get a massage from. She would massage you till you enter heaven. Hey. And if you are a woman, we give you all our wonderful masseurs who have the six-pack and they are standing thick and nice. They will massage you and to feel like you are about to melt. My brother, my sister, Chick Luxury Beauty Home is waiting for your call. Pick the numbers on the screen right now and call them. Yes, and tell them Blakk Rasta say call. Hear me now? They are located right there inside the Asafwache, Akwabwa link at Jiringano Road, right here in Accra. Chick, thank you so much. Remember, we are also sponsored by the kind courtesy of Tinated Natural Health Center, the House of Quality Herbal Medicines. Hey, if you're a woman, you have to clean your heavens. You have to get your heavens tight. Tight like a virgin. And you can do that with Tinated Venicare. Hey, venereal diseases and all that will be cleaned off and it makes your heavens tight. Any man who goes through your heaven gates will remain there forever because heaven there. Why should you come out? Stay there. Hear me now. If you are a man and you want to be like a stallion, hey, Ponkwa Bema, stallion, go get it. Tinated 230 capsules. You take 2 capsules and 30 minutes later, hey, start the journey. Hey, Bema ni Bema utmijina ni nice we diagro. Na Bema utmijina ni nice we en diagro de en de Apache. Ha! What is happening to you? This is the Tinated 230 capsules. And, you know, driba, kodoso, mampele, kursa, men so ben over 9 mark, acquire sanctuary, no problem. Hey, a range of products. Just call Tinated, numbers on the screen, or walk into any good herbal shop across the country, Ghana, and pick the Tinated product that suits you. Hey, malaria, typhoid fever, join this. Hey, and it's all 100% herbal, no chemicals at all. For bulk purchases and inquiries, pick up the numbers on your screen and call Tinated. Thank you so much for the sponsorship. Hey, some people like catfish. They enjoy catfish a lot. Now, the catfish is a fish and a cat at the same time. It has some things, you know. Now, you must know what you are eating. When you go to the catfish joint, you should be able to look at the catfish and say, Kai, this is healthy, I want it. That's why I'm introducing you to hot and spicy grilled catfish. They are located right there on the Spintex Road near the American Washing Bay. At Texpo on the Spintex Road. Go there, you see the catfishes. Some of them are swimming like, then you choose what you want. And you can choose the spices that you want. We give you advice. And then make it the way that you want it. And then you would enjoy it the way you want it. Remember, their numbers are on the screen. Pick up their numbers and then you order. They are open from 12 noon to 10 p.m. each day. Oh my God. And make sure that you go there and enjoy that. You sit down, enjoy it. You can also order before you even arrive. Just pick the numbers on the screen and call hot and spicy grilled catfish. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. The last thing I want to look at before I go is something that I've decided to title the Cassava Magic for Africa. Yes, the Cassava Magic for Africa. That's it. Hear me now, brethren. Now we have looked at cocoa for so long. We have looked at other crops for so long. Have we thought about cassava? Cassava came into Africa somewhere in 1558. And it came through the Portuguese. When the Portuguese brought it, the Evers were one of the first to realize that, hey, cassava is so important. So they named it Agbeli. Agbeli means life. The Evers understood exactly what it is. That is why when you go to Volta region, 99% of all the food comes from cassava. Hey, Agbeli kakru. Hey, fetri dechi, fetri toto goes with what? Akple. And akple is all the way from cassava. Hey, what do you want to eat in the Volta region that is not coming from cassava? Fufui. They have called it Agbeli, which means life. But the world is beginning to understand why the Evers called it life. Africa supplies Europe with over 40% to 60% of all its cassava needs. Did I say more? All the cassava in the world, 50% plus comes out of Africa. It means we are the kings of cassava. Why is cassava so important? Watch this. I used to take cassava for granted, but it could help to win the world of wheat. What is wheat? When we were in school, we had an agri teacher who knew nothing. And he told us wheat is the short for what horses eat. African steak. Say, na omudi abre before say omundi enu ani wheat. Jesus have mercy. What are you talking about, my brother? He was lying, but he wasn't lying. Hey, wheat is so important. What do we get from wheat? A lot, but cassava can replace wheat. Look at the uses of cassava. Hey, watch it. Cassava can be used in the food industry, the non-food industry, and also the glucose industry. That's the pharmaceutical. And this is only cassava starch. Cassava starch. Look at it. In the bakery, you will find that. Bakery products are made from cassava starch. Confectionaries, canned fruits, jams, and preservatives. Monosodium glutamate, that's MSG, commercial caramel, and so on and so forth. My brother, my sister, all this from cassava starch, just the starch. Recently, we're importing cassava starch from China. What a shame. When we supply the whole world 50% of its cassava needs and more. Then we go to China for what? The Chinese are competing seriously. They are using their brains. Now, the non-food industry, corrugated cardboard manufacture, wallpaper, and other home uses, and so on and so forth. Just look at that. Hey. Beer. There's something called cassava beer. When you drink it, you grow wings instantly into the next gutter. My brother, my sister, look at it. Impala. This is cassava beer. You know, the impala is an animal. That's that animal there. The lions like to eat it a lot. That is cassava beer. Agbeli beer. When you drink this, hey! Look at this. Agbeli biscuit. Agbe biscuit. Jesus. Hey, I just came from the Volta. And I bought a few of this. And in the car, it was like it was Christmas. Everybody was eating it and enjoying it, whether you are from the Volta or not. People from Dompoase, others coming all the way from Tumu. Some came all the way from where even the Chinese love this biscuit. You know what we need? We have to find a way of making this better in commercial quantities. The local women are those making this. And when you chew it, instant erection. Dodo? Hi! All this from cassava. My brother, my sister. Cassava is the next big product in Africa. And if we have brains, this is time to look at cassava again. Cassava is the next gold of Africa. Thanks to the Portuguese, they gave us something positive. And we need to make it happen. Now, cassava grows in over 40 countries in Africa. In large commercial quantities, over 40. The only people who are not able to grow it well are those in North Africa. People in Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia, those people. But those, my brother, my sister, close to the tropics, 40 countries, they all produce cassava, agbeli. Jesus have mercy. My brother, my sister, this is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. I want to say thank you so much for checking it out. Remember, the only way forward for Africa is what? Is what? Patriotism. If we are patriotic, we will not cheat our countries. If we were patriotic, we would feel what other people feel around us. Think about that. And remember, now that you know, put it into good use. It's been the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. And I thank you for coming along. Catch me again next week. More fire!